Selection Sunday is nearly upon us, so here's 5 fast facts about women's March Madness. Fact 1. Now, if you're just starting to follow women's college basketball, then you've probably heard of the legend, the lore, the UConn Huskies, and for good reason, because the Huskies have won 11 national titles. But did you know that the Huskies haven't actually won since their 4-time most valuable player, Brianna Stewart, graduated and left for the WNBA in 2016? Fact 2. This year, and really in general just lately, it's been all about the South Carolina Gamecocks, who just won the SEC tournament and are still undefeated, 32-0, headed into the national tournament. Fact 3. Did I mention the Gamecocks are defending champs and trying to run it back? Only 4 schools have ever repeated as national champions since the NCAA added women's basketball in 1972. USC, Tennessee, and UConn. So can South Carolina add themselves to that list this year? Sure seems like it. Fact 4. At least one number 1 seed has made the Final Four every year of the tournament. Now, we already talked about South Carolina. They seem poised to make it into the Final Four and possibly run it back and win again. But the other projected 1 seeds, and again, we are ahead of Selection Sunday here, the other projected 1 seeds are just not as clearly defined. Now, the number 1 seeds headed into last weekend, Indiana, Stanford, and Utah, all lost early in their conference tournaments. And so did 2 of the projected 2 seeds, Maryland and LSU. Meanwhile, in the AP Top 25, Iowa moved up 5 spots to the number 2 spot after running through the Big Ten tournament and finishing it off with a 33-point win over Ohio State. As I mentioned, Indiana lost, so they dropped 1 spot down to the 3. And Virginia Tech, the Hokies, moved up 4 spots to the number 4 spot after winning their conference championship. Needless to say, Selection Sunday will be very spicy. And finally, fact 5. If you're looking for early upsets in this tournament, you came to the wrong bracket. Since the expansion to a 64-team format in 1994, number 1 seeds are 111-1 straight up against number 16 seeds. Okay, I'm dying to know who the 16 seed is. The 16 seed that was able to beat a 1 seed. I have to look it up. The real first 16-1 upset was not in 2018 in the men's tournament with UMBC over Virginia. No. It was back in 1998 when Harvard upset Stanford 71-67. Glad we got that settled. Now back to fact 5, the number 2 and 3 seeds in the women's basketball tournament are both undefeated against the 14 and 15 seeds respectively. That's your Fast 5 Facts. I'm Danielle Alvari. Make sure you follow VSiN Live on YouTube and check out vsin.com for more coverage of the madness.